How do we figure out our ideal weight?
Well, we're finding out more and more that the ideal weight is not really connected with your base mass index. And that is all those indexes that you have seen. You have a height, and then are you small body, medium body, or you are heavy body. And you look at the scale and you see what your ideal weight should be. We have found, especially after a study that had been done in Europe just this past year, the correlation with health had to do better with waist size. Women with a waist size less than 35 did considerably better than those with a waist size of 35 or greater. And the same thing it was for men, waist size of 40 or greater did poorly, especially when it comes to Alzheimer's disease and cardiac disease. There's also the waist to hip ratio, and if you go to the Anti-Alzheimer's Prescription book on page 305, you will be able to find out more about that.
What is the Fort Formula program?
There's actually two types. There's a home program and there's a gym program. The home program is meant for individuals who can't get there, or there's one day that they can't make it to the gym. Here we can do 8 minutes of exercise per day, which will do both aerobic and anaerobic exercises. There's a marked decrease in injuries that are caused by this type of exercise. It is fun to do, especially if you're doing it with your spouse or another friend. And you don't have to worry about the time element because it actually can be done in front of a TV. I'm going to show you exactly what the isometric exercise program is. And as far as the gym program, it only takes 24 minutes and it combines aerobic and anaerobic exercise at the same time. So in the 24 minutes, you're getting both worlds. And that is the reason when you're over 50 years of age, it is so important to make sure that you are building muscle, because that is what is atrophying after 50 years of age, not your endurance muscles. We have the Fort Formula exercise tape, and that can be ordered at www.dearprogram.com. That's DEAR program.com. One of the home exercises is simply putting one hand on top of the other. It's an isometric exercise, and you might want to try this right now. Put one on top of the other, all right, below your chin, all right? And what I want you to do is now tighten your fist, tighten your forearms, tighten your biceps, tighten your back, and now tighten your buttocks. And now I want you to hold this and then start pressing one fist against the other, all the time tightening up those muscles. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Relax. Okay, we'll come right back into it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, relax one more time, and let's do it again. We're going to do 5 repetitions like this. And what you are going to start seeing is that your muscles are beginning to burn. And it is that burning that causes the neogenesis, that is the new brain cells, and also the neoplasticity. We have found that it is not the repetitions, it is not the weight, it is bringing the muscle to exhaustion. We have mitochondria, and these are the little energy cells that are within the muscle. When they go to exhaustion, they give out an enzyme called IGF-1, which then goes to the brain and provokes a brain-derived neurotrophic factor. And it is this neurotrophic factor that causes new brain cells, or I should say maturation of stem cells that are in the brain. Very important in this is that you have proper serotonin and dopamine levels. So if you are depressed or you are not sleeping, you may not be getting the benefit of the exercise that you think. So once again, the Fort Formula encourages building brawn for improved brain function. It also strengthens your core for safe balance and mobility. And one of the major reasons for falls as we get over 60 and 70 years of age is because we are losing our muscle mass. I often tell people I can tell the age of an individual without seeing their head. Just by looking at their buttocks, men often lose all the muscle mass in their buttocks, and that is where your main strength is for balance and for mobility. And it is there that you are losing your ability to be independent. Have a fall, break a hip, and unfortunately, you may not be able to exercise anymore. If you notice that first we have a routine set. Let's say you use 100 pounds. You do 15 repetitions. Each repetition takes approximately 1 second. So the total work for 15 repetitions at 100 pounds, which may be a considerable amount of weight for you, would be 1,500 pounds of work. If you only use 50 pounds and you only do 5 repetitions, but you take 10 to 20 seconds for each repetition, you will be using up 5,000 total pounds of work. And now you can understand why, despite the fact that you're not doing many repetitions, you are actually increasing muscle size, because what the brain does when it sees that the muscle is exhausted, it wants to make it bigger and stronger and sends a trophic factor to do that. So repetitions and increasing weight is not the best way nor the safest way in order to build increased size and increased strength. I often tell people that weightlifting, just as we have done experiments showing that over a 6-week period, if you exercise up to a half hour a day, and that is with weight training, you can increase your lean muscle mass by 14%. You can put 1 inch or 2 on your biceps. Well, it happens to be that you also get atrophy of your brain as your muscles are atrophying. And that is, they're decreasing in size. That's what I mean by atrophy. Just as you can increase the size of your muscles, you could also be helping increasing the size, or at least maintaining the size of your brain. That is why exercise is so vitally important for you.